Hello, so before we are going to start with our video course series, I first want to show you the content of our video course so you know exactly what we are going to cover here. And for that, we actually came up with some real life examples, some concept. We call it the blockchain warehouse. With that, we can easily explain to you how blockchain works. So all technologies that are using it, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the other cryptocurrencies, or most of them. So let's get right into it. What is a blockchain warehouse now? Imagine it like some Amazon warehouse. So you have some big warehouse, and what's in this warehouse? There's somewhere a box laying around. So imagine a small box is somewhere laying around inside this warehouse. Nothing inside yet, just a box laying around, waiting. And this box actually equals to a block in blockchain. And now you may be asking, what are we going to put inside this box? That's a reasonable question. So there are some articles that we are going to put inside, like a computer, your books, or a smartphone, whatever you want to put inside. And those are all some called in blockchain transactions. So transactions are actually articles. And somehow we also have to make sure that these articles are belonging to us. So how are we going to do that? For that, we have our hand and also some paper. Our hand is the private key in blockchain, and the paper itself is then the public key. So with our hand, we are writing on the paper that this thing is belonging to us, this article. And that's actually the main thing here. So hand and the paper, private public key. But that's not the only thing, because we also have then to put this paper we signed on top of the article. So the computer, the books, everything that belongs to us gets some paper on top of it, where it's written that it's actually our thing, and nobody can change that. So, but these articles, these signed bonds, are actually not immediately put in the box. First, imagine there's somewhere a big storage where all of these signed articles are stored, and so they first go inside there. Somebody takes them, puts them in the storage inside there, and waiting. So now you may ask, what's happening with them? Who is taking them? There is somewhere a warehouse worker. This warehouse worker is then going to take all the signed articles and puts them inside the box. So he is the one who is going to go to to this big storage, takes the article, the signed bonds, and puts it inside the box. And this warehouse worker is actually the miner in blockchain. So after he did that, we now have a box that has some weight. So the box has some weight. The articles inside, all of them have some weight. And that's actually in blockchain, it's a hash. So we will talk later on why this is so important, why we need that. But imagine just weight of the box, that's a hash. And yeah, so if you, for example, have 10 more boxes and remove one that is on top of the others or somewhere in between, all the others on top will collapse. So that's why we need some hash. So if we now have this box filled up with the signed articles, the miners, so the warehouse workers, there are more than just one, trying now to stack them on top of each other. So they are taking one box and the other one and putting it on top of the next one. But the main thing here is all the miners are doing this at the same time, but there is something behind that. They have to show some proof of work, it's called. They have to make sure that they find the perfect fit. So the box on top have to fit perfectly on the other one underneath. And that's the nouns they're trying to find in blockchain. And that's also they're showing that they are doing proof of work. So that's what all of them do at the same time, and only one of them will be the lucky one. So that's like some lottery, that all of them are trying that. It's just totally random. Nobody can guess how what's the right value. Just who has the most power can do it the quickest. So they are doing that at the same time, and the one who found now the right nouns and puts the box exactly on top of the other one, he will be rewarded. So he will get some payout, and in blockchain it's called the block reward. So he will be the one who gets the money for doing that. He will get some Bitcoin, for example. And now that we have two boxes on top of each other, we have our first blockchain. So this is actually the blockchain that everybody's talking about. That's the thing. One box on top of each other, and there will be even more afterwards. Yeah. So this blockchain is growing quicker and quicker. And now that's not the only thing. We also need some warehouse managers. Some warehouse manager who is checking the work of the miners, and he is also checking if he did this, put in the articles correctly, that it's belonging to those people, and no bad thing is happening, and so on. So there's somewhere a warehouse manager inside this warehouse. He is checking if the workers are doing it correctly, and they have some paper somewhere. They're writing down all of these articles, how who belongs to them, and so on. So warehouse manager equals a node in blockchain Bitcoin. So warehouse manager is a node. And this warehouse manager, some of them actually have some strategy as well. So a strategy of a manager. And this strategy equals to a MERKLE tree in blockchain. That's so he knows exactly some easy way to find out if some articles belong to someone, and that's actually the MERKLE tree. So they don't have to know all the articles exactly, just a part of it, and it's easier for them to find out. They don't have to write down all single articles, the weight, and so on. And that's somehow centralized still. So we also need a lot of these warehouse managers, so that they are also checking the others, if they're doing it correctly, if the miners are doing it correctly. And a lot of these warehouse managers actually are a peer-to-peer network. So all managers together, a peer-to-peer network. They're checking each other, they are checking the miners, they're checking the articles, they are just controlling the network itself, and everything is correct. All of them have the paper they're writing down. Some of them have this strategy so they don't have to write down everything, because they don't have that much paper, for example, and others write down all of this stuff.